French President Emmanuel Macron and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy have formalized a landmark defense agreement at the Coalition of the Willing Summit in Paris. Under the deal, financed through the European Union's support loan program, Ukraine will acquire an initial tranche of 16 French-built Dassault Rafale multirole fighter aircraft, marking one of the most significant investments in the modernization of the Ukrainian Air Force. A statement issued after the agreement noted, air-to-ground and air-to-air weapons, including AASM bombs, laser-guided anti-drone rockets, and MICA and METEOR missiles, will be delivered as the aircraft are deployed operationally. Each Rafale will be delivered with an agreed quantity of weapons determined during subsequent bilateral technical consultations. Although the first Rafale fighters are not expected to enter Ukrainian service until 2028 or 2029, following the commencement of pilot training in 2026, the agreement represents a major long-term leap in the modernization and combat capability of the Ukrainian Air Force. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how METEOR-armed French Rafale could change the air war in Ukraine. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Rafale is a French twin-engine, Canard Delta Wing, 4.5 generation multirole fighter aircraft developed by Dassault. Rafale literally means gust of wind and burst of fire in a more military sense. The fighter jet is referred to as an omni-role aircraft by Dassault, since it can switch between air superiority, ground attack, maritime strike, reconnaissance, and nuclear delivery missions during a single sortie. Rafale is fitted with two Snecma M88 engines, each capable of providing up to 50 kilonewtons, 11,000 pounds force, of dry thrust and 75 kilonewtons, 17,000 pounds force, with afterburners. The thrust-to-weight ratio is one of the best in the category. This enables the jet to supercruise at Mach 1.4, makes it an excellent dogfighter, and enables it to reach high altitudes. When it comes to sensors, Dassault Rafale is fitted with an RBE-2AA radar system, which is an active electronically scanned array, AESA radar. The radar is reported to deliver a detection range of greater than 200 kilometers or 125 miles for a fighter-sized target and has improved reliability. The Spectra electronic warfare system in the jet is particularly advanced. It provides radar warning, missile approach warning, electronic intelligence, active jamming, and decoy management while also helping reduce the aircraft's detectability. This is especially useful in high-threat environments. It has sensor fusion. That is unlike a typical fourth-generation fighter and more like a fifth-generation one. Rafale has the ability to process all the data from different sensors and present it in a single screen, enabling the pilot to take quick and accurate actions. It is typically outfitted with 14 hardpoints, except for the M or Marine variant, which has 13. It has an external load capacity of 9 tons, enabling it to carry out a decent weapons load. Rafale carries the 30mm GIAT-30 revolver cannon and has 135 rounds, which are enough for 6 to 8 bursts. Perhaps the single greatest capability Ukraine would gain is access to the MBDA METEOR Beyond Visual Range air-to-air missile, which is considered one of the most lethal in the world. The missile is capable of engaging fast, agile jets to small unmanned aerial vehicles as well as cruise missiles in extreme weather conditions. METEOR has excellent kinetic performance due to its state-of-the-art propulsion system, which utilizes ramjet. A conventional solid-fuel booster accelerates the METEOR after launch, like most air-to-air missiles. But after that, the missile uses ramjet propulsion. Speeding through the air, the missile opens up an intake channel, allowing air to rush into the ramjet engine, which heats up the oxygen and propels the supersonic missile to Mach 4. This means it still has sufficient energy even during the last leg of the flight, when traditional air-to-air missile motors are normally losing energy and hence maneuverability. The propulsion enables it to pull off intense turn angles when pursuing an agile target like a modern super-maneuverable fighter. Meteor has a range of 100 miles or 160 kilometers. Thanks to its propulsion system, the missile has a no-escape zone of 60 kilometers or about 37 miles, which is the largest for a missile of this category. According to the MBDA, in a head-on engagement, the Meteor provides a no-escape zone 3 times greater than that of a conventionally powered missile. With the Meteor launched in pursuit of a target, a tail-chase engagement, the Meteor is 5 times as lethal as a conventional equivalent, such as the American AIM-120. Meteor uses different guidance for mid-course navigation and terminal phase. Initial guidance is provided by the Inertial Navigation System, INS, combined with updates from aircraft through a data link. Notably, the pilot of the launching aircraft can utilize the data link to access real-time data on the Meteor's fuel levels, energy status, and tracking performance. This information aids in deciding whether to launch an additional missile, disengage, or redirect the missile to an alternative target of opportunity. In the terminal phase, as the missile nears the target, X-band active radar homing kicks in. To ensure total target destruction, the missile is equipped with a combination of SABs, dynamic proximity, and impact fuses, and a fragmentation warhead that is detonated at the optimal point to maximize chances of target termination. The Rafale would represent the most technologically advanced combat aircraft ever operated by Ukraine. While the Ukrainian Air Force currently flies upgraded Soviet-era MiG-29s and Su-27s alongside recently delivered F-16, the twin-engine Rafale belongs to a different class altogether. Unlike legacy Soviet fighters that rely heavily on ground-controlled interception, the Rafale is designed to operate independently using a sophisticated sensor suite, onboard data fusion, and secure digital communications. The pilot receives a unified tactical picture rather than interpreting information from multiple separate sensors, significantly reducing workload during high-intensity combat. Armed with the MBDA METEOR, the Rafale would wield one of the world's most capable, beyond visual range air-to-air missiles, enabling Ukraine to challenge Russian fighters at significantly greater distances. This has major implications for Russia since its edge in air-to-air combat will be truly challenged for the first time. Against Russia's layered integrated air defense network, including S-400, S-350, Buk M3, and Panzer systems, the ability to detect emitters, identify threats, and employ electronic countermeasures through the Spectre suit would significantly improve survivability compared with older Soviet aircraft. The AASM bombs will be very handy for taking out ground targets like ammunition depots, whereas the laser-guided anti-drone rockets could be used to blunt the Russian UAV onslaughts. The Rafale acquisition is less about changing today's battlefield than about shaping Ukraine's future military posture. Alongside F-16, Patriot air defense systems, and expanding European defense cooperation, Rafale represents another step in Ukraine's transition away from Soviet military doctrine toward full NATO interoperability. If additional orders follow the initial 16 aircraft, Rafale could eventually become one of the pillars of Ukraine's future Air Force, providing advanced air superiority, deep strike, electronic warfare, maritime attack, and network-centric combat capabilities. More broadly, the agreement demonstrates European Union commitment to rebuilding Ukraine's military as a permanent, modern force capable of deterring future Russian aggression long after the current conflict ends.